you are eligible for one of the greatest giveaways in YouTube history.
Batting third, playing right field, number 21, Roberto Clemente.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Clemente Collector. And today is a very simple video. It is a video that I want to give back to you guys. I want to give back to the people that watch my channel, that are subscribers, and that have been along for this awesome ride. And you know, I reached 2,000 subscribers recently, and I told you guys I wanted to do a giveaway. And I didn't want to only give away things to other people that have channels. I wanted to make it available to everybody, anybody that watches. I just appreciate everybody. So it all goes back to 2 years ago, actually. I reached out to Scott because I wanted to be on his list to get a piece of artwork from him. And if you don't know Scott, his channel is called Reindeer Studios. I'll put a picture of it here, and I will put a link down below, but I'm sure you know who Scott is. And throughout these last 2 years, I have given Scott such a hard time. Where am I at on the waiting list? Why does Dawn from Field of Dreams have 3 artworks and I still waiting on my one? You know, he's getting special treatment. You know, I have to bust his chops every way possible. And it's been a lot of fun. Honestly, I appreciate Scott. And like I said, it was all in good fun. But he finally got to my art piece. And, you know, first and foremost, I wanted him to do something that wasn't just for me. It was for you guys. And that was one of my main points I said to Scott. I said, Scott, I want a painting, but I also want some cards because I want to have a giveaway. And so we talked it through, and I told him my favorite type of Clemente cards are the food issue ones. You know, I love the bazooka cards. I love the cons cards. I love all the different food issue and regional cards from back in the day. And I said, one of my things is I always think about, what if Clemente was on this card, or what if Clemente was on that card? And I said, why don't we do that? Why don't we pick a food issue card that Clemente never had an opportunity to be on? And yeah, he said, that sounds like a good idea. So I thought about it, and the one that I have never seen, because, you know, on the internet, a lot of times you'll see some of these, you know, this is what the card would look like. I actually have a 55 Bowman card back here that somebody did you know, what it would look like. I've never seen somebody do a Clemente Wheaties card, you know. And I think part of it is the Wheaties set was 1952, okay? And I actually have I have a Ralph Kiner here, obviously. So it was 1952. You cut these off the back of a Wheaties box, and I think there were, I don't know, 9 cards or so on the back of that box. And it just has that cardboard back to it, right? And the reason why Clemente wouldn't have been in this set is he was playing down in Puerto Rico for the Crabbers. He wasn't even on the Dodgers yet. So it makes perfect sense why he would have never been on a Wheaties card. But I said, Scott, this would be awesome. Seeing a young Roberto Clemente in his Crabbers uniform and on a Wheaties card, you know. And then the one thing that me and Scott had to talk through was, you know, the Wheaties cards, you know, the player has that blue, just a blue coloring to them. You know, there's no color to it. And he said, you know, I could paint him blue, but it might just be more dynamic if we went with the color image of Clemente. And he did some mock-ups for me, and I said, you're right. I said, I want to be true to the Wheaties card, but there's a certain aspect to it of, you know, this is my my project. You know, why don't we put color to the image versus having the blue image? And that's what we did. And I met Scott at the Pirates game on Clemente Day with a group of other YouTubers from Pittsburgh. Here's actually the giveaway. They gave away this Clemente pin if you went to the game. But yeah, we went to Clemente Day. I'll show a picture of us on the screen here. We had a great time at the game, and Scott presented me with this awesome artwork, and you might have seen it on his channel already, but I've never shown it on my channel yet. How awesome is this? And it is going to be back here on the wall permanently. I've already hung it up once back there. But how awesome is this? So now to get to the giveaway. So Scott, I asked Scott if he could make 21 Wheaties Clemente cards, and I could have an opportunity to give some of them away on the channel. And Scott came through, and I have them right here. And Scott asked me, he said, hey, with these cards, do you want them to be cardboard back? Do you want them to, say your channel on the back? I said, let's be authentic, let's do cardboard back. And then I will have a custom label made and use a Mag Pro for this giveaway. So that's the other shout out I want to give today is Dean. I'll show Dean's channel up here, and his info will be down below. Dean helped me do the design for these labels, and Dean crushed it. It was a back and forth, but a lot of it was Dean, and thank you, Dean. I really appreciate it. This took it to just an extra level, in my opinion, for the giveaway. So without let me show you the cards in the slabs, and then we'll talk about the giveaway. Now, how freaking cool is that? So there's the slab up there. It's a great one. Now here's I talked about Scott. Scott did the cardboard back, and we got the numbering from 1 to 21 back there, and then the back of my slab has the 1 to 21 for this card, and has a link to the YouTube video where Scott does the artwork. So yeah, so here's 21 out of 21 right here, and as you can see, the back of the label has it. Now this, to me, is the greatest giveaway in YouTube history right here. I am going to give away 5 of these, okay? And you don't have to make a VR or anything like that. All you have to do is you have to comment down below what is your favorite Clemente card of all time, okay? That's simple. And you need to give a shout out to you need to give a shout out to a YouTube channel that you like to watch. That's all. You need to say what your favorite Clemente card is and give a shout out to your favorite YouTube channel down below. Here's what I'll say though. I don't want the same channels being shouted out. I want to have different people to be able to be recognized. So try to look through the comments and try to shout out a channel that hasn't been shouted out yet in the comments. And then I will take those shout outs and I will put them in the info of this video as they go. So if you shout out Greg from Midlife Sports Cards, I will add it to my info as we go, and we'll have a running list of channels that got shouted out. And what I would tell you is, if you're somebody that says, I want more card content, I just can't find it out there, I keep finding the wrong channels that I don't like their content, look at the info of this video. It's going to be chock full of some great channels you can check out. So do that comment. You have to be a subscriber of my channel, and you have to like this video. And I will put all that in this info also. So you have to like the video, you have to be a subscriber, and you have to comment down below one of your favorite channels and your favorite Clemente card. I think that's pretty simple. I think it's simple direction. So I'm going to be giving away 5 Wheaties cards. I will pay for the shipping and everything like that. I'm going to give away 5 of these Wheaties cards. And I will do a wheel. I will spin a wheel on October 21st. So you have until October 21st to get entered into the contest. And on October 21st, I will spin the wheel and give away 5 of these awesome cards that will never be produced again. I told Scott, break the mold, This is only for my channel giveaway. And then also, if you want another opportunity to get one, I have an Instagram. My Instagram is called Clemente Collector. I am actually gonna give away one extra card on my Instagram. So if you go on my Instagram page, and it's gonna give you direction on how to be entered in for that one additional card. So I'm actually giving away 6 of these. So I am excited to give back to you guys. I think I think these freaking look awesome. So I hope you guys do too. And like I said, they'll never be produced again. So enter in the contest down below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching and good luck.